Over the last 10 years, there's really been a special niche that existed in the diving community, water rescue community, dealing with rapid entry systems. And what we're going to do is give you an overview of these particular units. Because I know some of you that come up while we're setting up are, wow, little bottles, a little different setup here. It's a different concept. I'll give you a quick overview and share a story with you, and then I'm going to turn things over to Steve Grasso to talk to you a little more specifically about the equipment, and then I'll tell you how I've applied it on a training part. Back in 1999, in Ocean City, New Jersey, there was 3 drownings that had occurred at night on 9th Street Jetty on 4th of July weekend, not during guarded times. And at that time, I wasn't with Ocean City yet. I was working with another beach patrol, but their assistant captain named Bud McKinley, who I've worked with on a number of USLA projects, had talked to me and he said, you know, Bob, it was extremely frustrating. We knew where the victims were at between the jetties and the piers, but we couldn't find the child. And he goes, I looked at video footage of it months after the event, and all the responders that were responding to the scene were doing everything that we've taught you in Red Cross lifeguard training, search and rescue with other groups. They were doing human chains, they were getting snorkelers and so on and so forth. They brought in dive teams, but the girl didn't pop up for another 5 to 6 days. What he told me, he goes, you know, it was frustrating every morning to come down and meet that family and to see if she's been found. He goes, what exists out there, I never ever want to go through that scenario again. I want to show that we've done everything that we can. So this is just one of those links, if you will, of another layer of response that we can be doing at lifeguard, water rescue teams, so on and so forth. This whole concept is designed for a rescue mode. And all too often when we get dive teams involved, we're beyond the rescue. It turns into the recovery. And with having these units, we have a quick response to get somebody in the water that's able to cover a wider area of response over a high probability area and hopefully be able to intervene, cut that time down, and to try to work within the rescue mode. And you know, I think of Bud often with the fact that, you know, had that been employed there that day, I'm not sure if things would have changed. Well, it would have been one more layer of effect that we would have been able to, or they would have been able to at that point, to secure that area and see if they would have had a better situation in recovery with it. Another scenario that occurred that Steve and I were sharing with video footage that occurred about 10 years ago also, where a drowning victim, they had the probability area, they knew where the person was, the local media was filming, and you could see the traditional public safety dive team getting set up, putting on the full dry suits, the full face mask and so forth. The local beach patrol that was also asked to respond, you can see them driving past the public safety dive team. They had their PWC, they had the lifeguards, they pulled in, and this is all on tape. They backed in the PWC, they dropped the lifeguard on with the rapid entry unit. They went out to the last scene point. The lifeguard rolled in with the unit, went down, within 10 seconds had the person up on the back of the sled and on the beach, and what you can still see is the traditional public safety divers still getting changed. It cuts down on the time because public safety divers, traditionally, and Steve and I are both public safety divers, we're about setting up a very set time frame and working within more of a recovery mode, where this unit is going to push our time frame toward more of a rescue type mode. I often use the statement, it is what it is. And when working with divers, I go, well, is there redundancies or this? It is what it is. It's a link between a human chain, if you will, for those of you how many were old lifeguards, work the human chain at the beach, and I'm doing, it's the link between the human chain, the person on skin diving, and the dive team coming in. And boy, go back to Bud's statement, it'd be sure nice to turn to a family member and say, we've done every layer that we